Yo, what's up? Mamba here doing roster review for Blank Blix from Stroking Our Wookie, fellow guildmate. He's running Jedi Knight Revan as well as Thrawn for Fleet. He's a 4.4 mil roster, looking like he is mainly free to play as I see 2 Gear 13s. Lots of gold, which is good. Lots of Zetas, which is also good. Let's check out these speed mods, as usual. BB-8 being the fastest at plus 97. And then followed up by another droid at 112. And then Thrawn at 98. And Yoda at 86. With Newt following the top 589. Okay, so for a 4.4 mil roster, you need to have sets in the plus 160s, 150s, 140s, and multiple sets of them, to be honest. So I'd recommend doing some mod farming on speed sets, speed secondaries, the whole shebang. I'll be putting out a how-to farm for speed mods pretty soon. Just gotta save up some crystals of my own so I can do a video on it. Hope that will help in the future. But if you're running Jedi Knight Revan in your arena team, he should be your absolute fastest character. I see that. Yeah, so being that Jedi Knight Revan is your arena team, and your fastest actual set, it looked like, was on R2-D2. This set should be on your Jedi Knight Revan. Just put your absolute fastest mods possible on him, because that is what, I don't know, it's just, he needs to be the fastest. It makes your team that much better and more successful, and you can probably climb a bit higher at that point. And then your Yoda should probably be modded for offense, especially with Jedi Knight Revan. He does not need speed. I mean, yes, speed is great, but he doesn't need a speed set. Offense set would be preferred with a crit chance set as well. So 4 offense mods as well as 2 crit chance sets. This can be crit damage or offense. I do love the 17 speed secondary. But the defense primary and the orange bold writing is not what you want to use for Grandmaster Yoda. This you could actually probably, let's see what his triangle is. Yeah, you could put this on Jedi Revan even, to be honest, just because of the speed secondary and the fact that it's a speed mod itself. Like the gold coloring is a guy running, that's speed mod. So, and then this should be offense. He does, I mean, yes, I do love the plus 55 offense secondary, but unfortunately it doesn't have the right primary, being that the gold bold lettering should be offense, as well as some speed secondaries. And this needs to have more than plus 3 speed. Crit chance is nice, but some speed is definitely required here. As well as here, and this is good. This is what you want. You want a plus 13 minimum with an offense. Of course, you can't change that primary, so offense is what you get here. And this is good for him too. You got 70 offense secondary here. Anyways, that's for Yoda. So I'm gonna go through. Let's go start bounty hunters. Like, actually, I'm gonna start from the bottom this time. Let's go with. I'll go ahead and go to Old Republic, see if you have, in case you don't have Darth Revan. I see you're going to him. You will get him hopefully next time. Definitely do not want to miss his third coming. He will most likely be out of the actual arena meta itself. You never know. But just his presence and usefulness in Grand Arena and Territory War is huge. So, with that said, you don't have Darth Revan, so I wouldn't expect you to have your Sith Empire all that farmed. but for the meantime, you definitely want to get up your Basilisk on Fallen. She is by far a top 5 Sith in this game. Her debuffs are stupid, if I'm going to be honest with you. She does not need to be under a Darth Revan lead to be effective. Just the fact that you cannot do a lot of stuff is just kind of huge. So her fear mechanic and wild lightning mechanic, just her kit is stupidly OP. I would really recommend farming her up. I know you're almost to you're almost to level 7 or 7 stars. Definitely top that off and then bring her all the way up to gear 13 if you have the opportunity. She is very worth it. You can stop at 12 if you want, because I know you're most likely free to play given your gear 13 situation. But definitely farm her up all the way to gear 12. And no need to put the Zeta on her yet. It helps with a Darth Revan lead, but it's not essential at all. But definitely her mods need to be for as fast as possible. I'm just going to mention this once, that level 1 mods are absolutely useless on characters. If you're trying to save credits, I would bring this up to level 12. That way I believe it gets to 26 speed or 24 speed at level 12. Level 15 mod is 30 speed. So at least get this up to 12, level 12, if you're going to try to save credits. And that goes with, this is a gray mod. Gray mods are useless to put on characters. Check to see if there's speed that rolls. If not, then don't bother using it. But yeah, get some better speed mods on these secondaries. That would be very helpful. You can keep this one. Anything that has a plus 10 or higher you can keep, as they can be spread around throughout your whole roster. So let's say you mod farm for a long time and you get faster stuff. If you get a plus 12, plus 13 or higher, whatever, this plus 11 will go to a different character. So definitely keep all mods that have a plus 10 speed secondary or higher. It's definitely worth it. The only other one, for now, only farm Basilisk on Fallen of your Sith Empire. You can worry about HK47 later, but he's also pretty farmed up. Definitely, so you have Traya already gear 12, and I'm just going to look at your Thrawn really quick. So your Thrawn is already gear 12 double Zeta, so that is good. So if I were you, on your... Where was I? Sith. So, in Grand Arena and Territory War, if you can, you're going to want to use Darth Traya, Darth Nihilus, Darth Scion, Basilisk on Fallen, and Thrawn. Or Basilisk on Fallen and Dooku. That way you can do Palp, Vader, Thrawn, and 2 other Empire. Would be 2 different teams. But that's why you want to get your Fallen Bastila up, so you can use her with Traya in the meantime while you wait for Darth Revan. Bastila Fallen is an incredible Sith that you can put with any Sith that you want. She's absolutely amazing with Traya, keeps her alive longer. The fact that she can give the Sith leader offense stacking as well as tenacity and defense is huge. That's absolutely amazing for Traya. You want to keep Traya alive as long as possible. So Basilisk on Fallen is definitely highly recommendation of mine. Or a high recommendation of mine. Your Palpatine is modded pretty well. 71 speed is okay. Potency is great. Yeah, this is fine. You don't have to change very much for him. Oh wait, I didn't check his protection. Yeah, his protection's fine. You probably have 2. Yeah, you're good. Oh, you can upgrade that. So anything with plus 4 or just stuff like that, just kind of see if you can replace it with a plus 10 or higher. That's the best way to improve your mod sets. Trey, you have for offense and crit chance. I love it. I love seeing offense on her if you have the speed. She does do better with speed on her, but also defensive stats as well. Offense is also great on her. Speed or offense are the main two things, unless you're playing very defensively, Treya, which is defense and tenacity. So you can mod her several different ways, but definitely get her speed up quite a bit. I'm sure, yeah, like right here, you can totally get rid of this mod, replace it with another offense, with an offense orange letters that have plus 10 speed or higher if you can. And that goes with here as well, and here as well. So just all these spots. Any mod I see that doesn't have speed secondary in it is a mod that can be replaced easily. It just takes time to do so. That's fine. You can mod him exactly like this. That'll work. Tanky and good potency is good with me. I'd like to see him a little bit faster. He does do better with speed as he gets held by hatred more. He also hits quite a bit harder, and he can clear all of the buffs on the opposing team quicker. So I definitely recommend getting more speed on your Scion. Separatists look juicy. I like the gear on several of these. I'll start with your 1 of 2 gear 13s. You've got some nice 6E mods. Let's see how she's modded. So you definitely want her to get a little faster. I do see you have good potency and offense on her. But see, like this, in my opinion, is not a very useful 6E mod because it does not have any offense, doesn't have any speed secondary, and the crit chance is very low. The stats is mainly defensive and tenacity, so I'm just letting you know, like, try to find, yes, an offense or crit damage orange lettering, but with speed and offense in the secondaries. This can be potency or offense on this piece. She doesn't need defense as a primary. You definitely want more speed in that secondary as well. That's an incredible crit chance roll, but speed would be better on that. Same with this. You want more speed on these 6Es. All of these 6Es, I try to stay away from 6-dot modding anything that doesn't have plus 14, 15, 16 speed or higher. There's very few exceptions I'll do, several being the case of characters that don't need speed on their 6-dot mods. Examples would be Droidica. But this character is better with speed as well, for sure. Like this is a great mod to 6E. It's got 32 speed with 94 offense and some good potency and surprisingly a lot of defense. Grievous, you got the double Zeta Gear 12. I do see he's modded for speed though. I would highly recommend modding him straight health mods. You can do a speed mod here if you can't find a health percentage mod, but definitely work towards a full health set. Yes, offense is cool on him, but he does not scale off offense. He scales off the amount of health on his max health pool. So I would recommend either a health percentage orange lettering or crit damage on this one as well. And all 6 of these mods here should be the health mod, which is this symbol here on the very top of this. And all of these, perfect example, this should be a health percentage mod with some speed secondaries, and if you can, health secondaries as well for Grievous. And this should also be a health primary in the orange lettering as well. And then B2, you definitely want him to be modded for potency and tenacity. The goal to shoot for is 100% potency and 100% tenacity. Speed is not a huge factor on him. He does not need 91 speed. You can take some speed off of him, which is a suggestion that I rarely say. But for B2, he does not need this 91 speed. You can distribute that to people who need speed and focus on his potency and tenacity. What I would recommend doing is 4 tenacity mods with 2 potency mods, and having this be a potency primary, which is exactly what you have, but the actual mod itself should be either potency or tenacity. 4 of them being tenacity, 2 of them being potency. Speed, again, is not a huge factor on him. And then this should be protection, which you do have protection here, and actually protection here as well. Like I said, he does not need the speed. Dooku should be modded for speed and potency. That is perfectly fine. The speed, he's a naturally fast character, and that potency can be increased a little bit more. He does have naturally high potency, but the more the better for Dooku. I do like that you have double Zeta Brood Alpha, but the moment I look into this character, he does not have any mods. So I don't know if you were doing some mod swapping, but I know Grand Arena Championships luckily did not go through today, because you would be sheer out of luck. Your Geo team would be absolutely useless right now because he has no mods. So put some dang mods on him, please. You can put some speed on him and tenacity if you can. That would be best. 2 speed is basically not having any mods on him. Geo Soldier should be modded for a lot of crit chance and a lot of offense. More crit chance, more offense, the better. He can even be somebody at like plus 60 speed if you truly need to be. Plus 50 is even better than plus 2. Just give him some offense and some crit chance as well. This should be a crit chance triangle, as well as 4 offense mods and 2 crit chance is what I recommend. Magna Guard should be completely defensive, which you do have 6 tenacity mods. That's fine with speed. He does not need to be fast. This should be protection, though, on the triangle. This should be protection. Oh, sorry, I meant to click the triangle. Yes, protection, that's good. This should be protection, and this should be protection. The 119 offense can be redistributed somewhere. I know the 4 speed's not that great. Maybe we can find a place for that mod. But this guy should be just completely as defensive as you can make him. More tanky, the better. B1 Battle Droid, I highly recommend gearing this guy up, giving him some mods. Speed mods are highly suggested on him. Faster the better. More times he gets to heal his characters. And Droidica, again, with some mods as well. Give him a full offense set. If you do need a guide or recommendation on how to mod him, just go ahead, hop on guilds in our in-game and go to my roster and see how I have Droidica modded. You want him to have absolutely 0 speed. This is one of the very few characters in the game where you want 0 speed, if not the only character in the game where you want absolutely 0 speed on this guy as well. And then you just want him to be very highly offensive. So Scoundrels, I do like seeing that you have Nest almost completely done. I see she's 6 stars, gear 11 with Zeta. You do have her modded for crit damage as well as 1 health set. That's not entirely what I'd recommend, but it's not terrible. It's doable. I would suggest putting some tenacity on her, and either choosing to be slow with very high tenacity or very fast. And always use a tenacity cross on her. She is an incredible character with more tenacity on her. L3, again, level 1 mods are basically just nothing. I just gotta say that right now. Minimum, get them to level 12 at bare minimum. I do like seeing a Newt Zeta. That's awesome. He has great speed, good potency. yeah, that's see, protection. Oh yeah, you can definitely put some speed on him. Definitely more speed on him as well. That's a good mod. There you go. So this is the type of stuff that I like to see. Plus 15 with high potency. This is perfect for him. You got the potency and tenacity. That's great. And I like the plus 15 speed as well on that. What other true scoundrels are there? You got Kira, you got L3, Zalbar. Zalbar and Mission are two characters that you can definitely get up. They're very good at gear 12. Mission hits incredibly hard. Zalbar is just one of the most annoying tanks in this game. Definitely a top 10 tank in the game. Super annoying. Definitely get his protection pool up a lot and his tenacity up a lot. He does incredible with both. His speed can be at plus 60. Doesn't need to be much faster. But definitely get this guy up, as well as Mission. You want her to have a crit damage or offense set. Looks like you went with crit damage, but definitely want her to be at least plus 70 speed. The better, with some good secondaries on the offense. Not very many people have Rogue One, so I was just checking. You have resistance. Do you have JTR at crit damage and potency? You do. Good job. So you have crit damage and you have potency. Okay. So the modding loadout itself is great. Just get her a little bit more speed, and then you're set to go. I don't think the third Zeta is a huge priority on most people. A lot of people I see running her at 2, sometimes even 1 Zeta at this point in the game. So good job on saving that. BB-8 is modded for speed. I like it. Always faster BB-8 the better. R2 I believe is one of your fastest as well. Yes, this has your fastest loadout. Yes, he does amazing at a high speed, but again, you want your highest set on Jedi Knight Revan if you're going to run Jedi Knight Revan in Arena. I like how your C-3PO is modded. Looks like you run a very good resistance team is what I'm seeing. I don't know if that's some type of fetish you have for resistance, but you have them all pretty modded well. This guy I see you have him modded for a lot of offense, but not very much speed. Rebels, you have the CLS boy. Definitely get some more speed on him. He does really well with some speed. If you want some recommendations on how to mod your CLS, talk to Dryself. He's the CLS king in our guild. Definitely knows more about CLS than me. So if you want some recommendations on mods for CLS, definitely ask him. But for sure, speed for CLS. More speed the better. Some offense for a Chewie. Definitely you want more speed than that, and the highest offense you can get for him. I'd recommend either a crit damage or offense set if you were me, instead of a tenacity, potency, and health. Definitely crit damage, crit chance. Looks like you went crit damage and health, which is fine. Depends how much crit chance you have. Yeah, that's fine. You can keep this. He does get a lot of natural crit chance from his kit, so you are probably fine with how he's modded. Phoenix are just Phoenix. They're just Phoenix. I will go into those Old Republic guys when I get to Jedi. Night Sisters, it looks like you have a huge emphasis on Night Sisters. I went over Asajj earlier. Talzin, looks like you're almost to gear 13. I don't know if you're doing a full gear 13 Night Sister team first. It looks like you might be. 68 speed, very high potency, and some decent special offense. I would recommend getting her a little bit more speed. You can probably put a speed set on her. You have 3 offense mods and 3 health mods. Health and potency need 2 and 2 to be a complete set, so you have 1 potency, 1 health mod that aren't being used. So I'd recommend choosing the potency set to keep, and then switching out 4 of them and moving 4 of them to speed, and giving her some more speed. If you don't want to make her fast and you prefer her to hit hard, I'd recommend giving her an offense set. Daka, you want full 6 health mods is the best way to mod her. 61 speed is okay. Definitely try to get that up a little bit more. But I do love the health you have on her. You have health, and health. Once you 6E some health mods, please. Okay, don't 6E this. It's only 4 speed. Don't 6E this. It doesn't have any speed. And don't 6E that. It only has 9 speed. Get some more health mods that have a little bit more speed secondaries. This way, you can 6E them when they're a little bit better. And that way she'll be very tanky. And then you want Zombie to be fast. Definitely switch these to a speed set if you can. 88 speed is pretty good, but at the same time, she is so much better with a speed set. I'm talking like in the hundreds, 120s if you can. And then mod the triangle, cross, and circle all for health, which looks, and health here and health here. That's fine to 6E because it has a lot of defense percentage as well as speed. She is a tank, so defense does not hurt at all for her. But definitely 6E this. It's got 14 speed as well as protection. And the percentages as well is a good 6E mod. And this is probably... Oh, whoops, I already clicked this. Definitely do not 6E this. Switch this to orange lettering of health percentage and get a little bit more than 10 speed secondary on this one. She can be modded. Okay, potency does work, but she doesn't need that much potency. That's quite a bit. That's a little overkill in the potency. I would go an offense set with a potency. So 4 offense mods, 2 potency mods. That way she hits hard as well as doing some stuns and turn meter removal from her basic. This is your highest damage dealer on single attacks. She hits very hard. I would recommend an offense. Oh my goodness, bro, you got a 17 speed secondary on this one. Repurpose this to... you can repurpose this to zombie if you want. Wow, 17 speed. Maybe even use this on your arena team, to be honest. 17 speed is one of the fastest triangles I've seen on your roster. So maybe this is a good mod to put to Jedi Knight Revan. And this should be offense. This should be crit damage or offense for the orange bold lettering. And then this should be health or protection. Either one works, but a little bit more speed and some more offense as well. And then speed, yes. Okay. Definitely keep this on her. That's 170 offense secondary. My goodness, man. Good job on that mod. Nice work. I wish there was more speed on this one. Man, it's got crit chance and offense and health. If only there's a bit more speed. But I think you get where I'm going at for the Night Sisters. So Jedi, definitely went over Jedi Knight Revan. Make him your absolute fastest. Give him your fastest cross, fastest circle, fastest all 6 mods. You want him to be going lightning fast. Basilisk should probably have your second fastest set, being that she's your arena team. She's naturally tanky. Give Jolie your best health speed sets for sure. And then Yoda, your best offense sets with a good, decent speed base. 86 speed is perfectly good, but it needs to be offense. So you're going to have to add some speed to him because your speed set is what's making him stay at 86. And then I believe GK is your 5th. And he, give him a little bit more speed. Give him some more 11 on the speed. He does do well with more of that because he gets to cleanse more as well as call more massive attacks. So I'd recommend at the plus 100, plus 90 range for him with a lot of tankiness. You want, yes, protection here, protection and protection, but again, you can easily put a speed secondary here for that. Oh, Ahsoka Tano, I see you're getting your... I'll talk about her when we get to Galactic Republic. Okay, so you have your Jawas at Gear 9 minimum. Don't know if you're trying to get them up or not for Geonosian counter. Who knows? Ooh, you got some Imperial Troopers. How is your Stark speed? 60? Okay, so if you're going to want these to be an effective Night Sister counter, I don't know if you're doing them for Night Sisters or not, but I think just in general, Stark needs to be, this is for any counter, Stark needs to be fast, because he needs to go first in the match. No matter who you're facing, he needs to go first. And then you open up with this, which gives you buffs, and having Veers as your lead, buffs give turn meter, and then that should open up the turn meter train for your troopers, which gives 30% offense, which is just part of his thing. And then they get 20 speed and turn meter for every buff. So then you kill people from the unique, and gives you a bunch of turn meter as well as stacking stuff. Yeah, I'm sure you know how the turn meter train and troopers work. But yeah, get your Stark up a little bit faster, and that should get the rest of you guys up. The rest don't need a whole lot of speed because of the turn meter train from the lead, but definitely make Snow Troopers very heavy hitting with crit damage and crit chance. Death Trooper, you want some potency with crit damage, crit chance, but this needs to be... Okay, you do have it. Never mind. You're good on that. You want to land the days, especially if you're going to go against Nest. So, yes. I think we talked about Geos. So, Galactic Republic, I'm looking for Padme. Okay, so you must have just unlocked her as you have her level 85, level 1. I don't fault you for having her there, unless you've had her for 3 months and she's been like that, which I hope you did not. If you just unlocked her, I know she's got a lot of Chirotechs to farm, and she's a really annoying farm to do, but eventually, trust me, like honestly trust me, you want to gear her all the way to 12. She takes some heavy Chirotechs, a lot of heavy gear, but she's hella worth it. As well as both her Zetas, without question, don't even second guess yourself. Both Zetas on her are absolutely essential and amazing Zetas, for Padme, that is. Especially since you have Ahsoka Tano already Zeted, as well as decently modded. I would recommend offense instead of speed, and she doesn't need potency as well. She doesn't do any debuffs at all, so she doesn't need the set. I would recommend offense with crit chance. More times she crits, the more times she dispels on her basic. GK right now you're using with your Jedi Knight Revan, but I would assume once you get your Padme up, you'd change him to your Padme team. You already have your Anakin geared up, but definitely work towards a crit damage or offense set for him. And you already have Xeris as well, so your Galactic Republic are in a good spot. I see some clones already there as well. We will talk about those when we get there. Your first order are all gold. Oh my goodness. Let's hope the mods are that way as well. I would improve them a little bit more definitely want speed and health on Kylo Ren unmasked. I would, if you possibly can, do all 6 mods at health, with health on a triangle. Okay, so 4 mods you just gotta get rid of. I'm sorry, 4 mods are straight garbanzo because you cannot slice them, you cannot upgrade them to anything higher, you cannot slice them to 6E, unfortunately. So trade this in for a 5 mod, make it health with speed secondary. Health with speed secondary, that's fine. And health with speed secondary. The reason you want health is because his kits revolved around health. So he just recovers health when he gets damaged. It's just a lot of health stuff. Trust me, you want to mod him for health. He does not need potency anywhere. I saw potency on your secondaries, but you must have that from. Yeah, it must have just been randomly placed between all your mods, but yeah, he doesn't need it at all. Because this is, you cannot resist it or evade it. The only person who can get rid of it is JTR, and then Darth Revan teams with Darth Revan still alive are the only people who can get rid of that. Kylo you want for speed. You want him to be very fast. The reason why you want him to be fast is because more times he uses Lash Out, the more turn meter gain his team gets. So you want him to be in the plus 80s, plus 90s if you possibly can do it. Crit damage is good on him as well. Crit damage, crit chance is fine for him. So that speed's okay. I mean, I would recommend a little bit faster. As well as getting rid of 4 mods. Again, I think you already know what I'm going to say about 4 mods. Slice this once, just once, to green. See if speed rolls, because you get a chance between a plus 3 through 6 extra speed per slice. It could roll to a plus 9 speed at green. Roll it again and see if it goes again on speed, and at that chance you could have a plus 15 blue mod. Just gonna say that's very low chance, but it's possible. So just roll this once, see if speed rolls. If it doesn't, don't slice it again. Just a chance. Mod him for pure health and crit damage on this one. He's gonna crit a lot based off Crew's leadership, which hands out advantage all over the place, but highly recommend crit damage on this triangle. But then the rest, I mean, like all 6 of these mods should be health mods themselves. Like the actual physical mod itself should be health, but the orange lettering should be crit damage on this triangle. And then you want him to be the fastest of all your first order because of his turn meter swap. Or not swap, but giving your ally 100% turn meter. Faster he goes, turn meter train starts, and you get the ball rolling. And again, 4 mods. But yeah, you know what I'm going to say. If you have a gray mod and it does not have any speed, please get rid of it. Please. Please, my friend, get rid of it. Okay, my accent's terrible. Ignore that. It's terrible. Ewoks, holy crap, dude. You got some murder bears. I can't give any recommendations on murder bears because I don't have them myself. It's what I'm currently working on. I'm farming Chief Chirpa and Paplo and Wicket and Logray and all the others. So I can't say anything about Ewoks. Empire we already kind of went over earlier in the video. Droids we already went over earlier in the video. Clone Troopers. I am thrilled that you have Clone Troopers. They got hinted that they're getting reworks. They're going to be useful soon in Lightside TB. So congratulations, you are ahead of 95% of the population of Swaga. So good job. Keep up the good work. I would not personally recommend taking them to Gear 12 just yet. I would keep them exactly how you are, and then be ready for when they announce the reworks and if they are required for an event. And then you should easily be able to just top them off to Gear 12 if that's the required state, but I would halt your progress for now. Bounty Hunters look amazing just on paper. I'm glad to see Django double zated at Gear 12. He's got some good looking crit damage and health as far as I can see right now, but definitely increase his speed. He does much better with a speed set rather than a crit damage set, unfortunately. I would highly recommend doing 4 speeds mods and a crit damage here, especially because health is not very useful as a primary for him. This orange lettering should be crit damage, as well as speed secondaries above 10. This can be offense or potency. Either one works, but that's what I would recommend. Bosk should be crit damage and crit chance, which you do have. 75 speed is perfectly fine. There's nothing to change for Boba Fett. Good job. I would highly recommend a speed set, full speed. So this is the guy running on the actual mod itself. You want 4 of those with 2 tenacity mods. Yeah, so, and the reason for that is because the more tenacious he is, the harder he is to kill, the more annoying he becomes. You can't land debuffs on him, etc., etc. This mod should be the gold lettering, should be tenacity, and then this should be protection and protection, with speed here and 4 of the running people, which is the 4 speeds. Greedo and Dengar and IG-88, Cad Bane, Embo, all those guys should be modded for either crit damage, crit chance, or speed, with the around the range of plus 70-ish, plus 60, plus 70, plus 80 if you can. The other bounty hunters aren't as important, but the first 3 on this list are need to be modded pretty perfectly. Or not perfectly, but they needed to be modded how I suggested for a bounty hunter team to work. You do have quite a few options to make a 5 team. With this roster, I would recommend Django, Boba, Bosk, Greedo, and Embo. Or Django, Boba, Bosk, Dengar, and Embo. Definitely Embo is a fantastic pickup. His Dispel on Basic is great. It gets rid of a lot of taunts, as well as he has a very high damage dealing ability. That would be my recommendations. For ships, I would recommend getting ready for... Oh. Did I not see that you have... Did I pass it? What the heck, Rebel? There we go. I'm blind. Okay, never mind. You're good. You have... Why are you running Thrawn then? Bruh. Yo. Why are you not running Rebels? Sir. Yes, your Akbar's gear 10. So what? Get him to gear 11. Like ASAP. I'm talking like could be your very first thing to do. Get him to gear 11. And put some whatever mods on him. And run Akbar fleet in your arena. I'm telling you, I run a gear 11 Akbar, and I'm facing gear 13 full 6E rebels that are gear 12 Zeta. You name it, dude. A gear 11 Akbar can get rank 1 in arena in fleet. I'm telling you, it's worth it. No need to go more, and I would recommend, because you have freaking all of them 7-star. Holy crap, dude. Run Home 1, obviously, as your capital ship. I'd put Han's Millennium Falcon as starting lineup with Ghost. And what's your Hound's Tooth at? I mean, he's in your arena. So, yeah, with Hound's Tooth. And then your reinforcements, I would put, wow, dude, you have so many options. Let's see, okay, so how are your gears? Okay, so yeah, and then run Cassian's U-Wing, Phantom 2, and Biggs and Wedge as all of your reinforcements. And dude, you would get rank 1 in Arena so quickly for Fleet, and if not rank 1, then top 10, I'm telling you. I'll do some Fleet Arena battles to show you how to do the strategy, but you're set for Fleet. Recommended Zetas for characters. I believe I mentioned both of Padme's. She's got incredible Zeta options. As well as Jedi Knight Anakin once you finish her. Her being as Padme. Let's see, what else can I recommend? And then, honestly, I would probably save the rest of your Zetas for what is to come next. I did not see a Zeta on B1. Even at Gear 7, Gear 8, slap a Zeta on that. I'm gonna refrain from saying that. Slap a Zeta on B1, and he will do work. I'm telling you. Even Gear 7, he's amazing with the Zeta. So three Zeta recommendations would be, or 4 would be both of Padme's, B1, and General Kenobi and Jedi Knight Anakin. So what is that, 4 or 5? And then after that, I would save all of your Zetas for what's to come next. But and mod some speed mods. I'll be doing a mod farming guide video very shortly. Like I said, I'm just saving up some crystals for that, as it will take a big chunk of my crystal income to make the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this helps.